Hi, this is Rids and welcome back to my channel. And I'm feeling like I'm gonna cry right now. I just did a back-to-back video and silly of me hadn't checked the mic and it wasn't recording an audio. I sat for the last 1.5 hours and made a fool of myself, and I'm redoing it again and I'm so tired. I actually have a headache right now. I have a terrible headache right now. And I'm so upset with myself. But anyway, we have got to move on. So I'll cut very short to today's video and I'll just start and get rolling. So today, actually, I'm gonna shoot two videos back to back. So the first one is uh, the monthly TBR of January. Okay, so these are all the books that I'm going to read in January, and I'm super excited about all of them. The first two books that I would be reading in January has not yet been released. So the first one releases on 4th of January, the other on 30th of January. So the book is that releases on 4th of January is Argyle by Ellie Conway. Now Ellie Conway is a debutant author, and there is a rumor in the internet that she might be Taylor Swift. If you don't know about it, I highly suggest you go and visit the Instagram page of Ellie Conway. And like, she always posts something very similar to Taylor Swift contents, and there are lots of conspiracy theorists who think that this is a pen name of Taylor Swift. And this book, before its release, has also got a movie deal, which is very difficult for a debutant to do, so it must be someone famous. So the internet is actually split in two. Half of the internet thinks it's Taylor Swift, and the rest half thinks it's J.K. Rowling. Though I don't think it's J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling has a tendency to write lengthy, big books, and this is a small book, not too long. And this is a spy thriller, and the author always keeps on posting from New York. So it's a New York cafe or a New York street or a New York building, and something very connected to Taylor Swift content. So yes, Argyle is a book I'm very looking forward to. The next book that I would be reading is Saraju Mas Crescent City novel, book 3, House of Flames and Shadow, I guess. So the first two books has already been released, and those two, like, the series is great, guys. It's just great. And if you haven't read Saraju Mas, then I would highly suggest you start reading her, because there is something for everyone. So if you're into fantasy novels, you'll find it of each and every age, like from young adults to adults. So this is adult fantasy and urban fantasy. The Crescent City novel is the first book actually made me cry. It's such a good book, and I'm not a crier when I read books. Though when I watch movies, I sob my heart out, but I don't sob when I read books. But that book really made me cry, and that too in a flight. So I'm really having high hopes for the book 3. And the last where this book was left, in the part 2 of this book, it actually connects with another series of Saraju Mas, which is also a very famous series. I'm not going to give you any spoilers if you haven't read the book yet. And that is the reason why I want to see how these two worlds are connected, and I'm really excited to read that book. So those are the two books which are yet not released that I'm going to read in January. Though if I think about it, the Saraju Mas book will release on 30th of January, so I don't think I would be able to read it in January. I think it would be in by Feb TBR, but whatever. Now, the rest of the books, I have it here with me, and I would really want to talk about them quickly before I lose my patience and my energy. So the next book, I don't know why I have been keeping this book off for like the longest time. It has been in my TBR for a very long time. It's Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian Mista, and this book has been in Reese's book club pick as well in 2023. Now, this book is basically a sci-fi thriller, and this book deals with a woman who sees her son coming back home after a long, long day through her window, and she sees that her son suddenly kills a stranger on road with a knife, and he has just turned 18, so basically he's not a juvenile. He's going to be dealt like an adult, and therefore she wants to save her son, and she doesn't know how and why did her son kill a perfectly unknown person, a stranger, in the first place, and why did he stab him. So she tries to help him, but the first day the police takes him to custody, and she can't do anything about it. The next day when she wakes up, it's basically yesterday, so it's a day prior to the murder, and so she has a way of stopping the murder happening in the first place, and then she wakes up again and it's a day prior to that yesterday. So it's like one day at a time she goes back in time to find out why her son has actually killed a perfectly unknown person, and what are the clues and how she's gonna deal with it in the future. And I think it has got an amazing plot. I also started reading it, if you can see, I have bookmarked it. I started reading it and I don't know why I jumped into another book. I think I need to finish this off first. The next book that I would be talking about is again a very favorite author of mine, and I love reading her work. And she's a fantasy author, and I have recently started reading fantasy a lot. Before it was always thrillers for me. I don't read romance much, so it was always thrillers. But now I think I have found out that fantasies can be so much better, because the world building, the character graphs, it's amazing, it's amazing. So this book is none other than The Fragile Threads of Power by V. Schwab. Now, V. Schwab is a very famous author, and she is the author of The Invisible Life of Adela Rue and The Darker Shades of Magic. If you haven't read either of the work, I would highly suggest do go back and read them, because I think Adela Rue is a very emotional book, and The Darker Shades of Magic I absolutely love. Now, this book is actually the what happens after the trilogy of Darker Shades of Magic. Therefore, I think we see the same Londons. So in Darker Shade of Magic, there were four Londons, and they were all parallel to each other. And there was a dark London, a black London, white London, grey London, and Red London, and they were all connected through doors between each world, and only Antares, who are powerful blood magicians, can travel through the doors. And Kel, Delilah, and what was the other person's name? I forgot. I think Hal. Holland. It's not Hal, it's Holland. So Holland, they were the ones who were traveling through all the four worlds, and there are some dark magic that happens there and ruins the world. And what happens? I'm not going to give you spoilers. So I absolutely love. Actually, I just realized while talking to you guys that I absolutely love Delilah Bard. I loved the character Delilah Bard. Like, she was such a headstrong girl, and she's a pirate. And I absolutely love her. If you haven't read that book, do read. And this is just another. I think this deals with a new character, but this is after what happened in Darker Shades of Magic. So highly recommend this, and I would be reading this for sure in January. The next book that I would be reading in January is Ruth Ware's Zero Days. So this book is about a woman who is being held responsible for her husband's murder, and is the only suspect in her husband's murder. So she tries to clear her name and also find who is the actual murderer, who's the actual killer of her husband. And Ruth Ware, she's known for fast-paced novels, and she's like one of the internationally best-selling authors. So yes, 0 days it is, guys. The next book, it's like I'm hurrying up because I really did this once. I really shot the videos once, and I'm so tired right now that. But I need to do this. I need to do this before December ends, before January starts. So I'm just hurrying up. I'm sorry if I'm rushing, guys. I'm really sorry. So the next book that I would be talking about is Bright Young Woman by Jessica Knoll. So this book I have already started reading, if you can see, and I think I don't know, I may finish it by December. If not, then by January. So that's the reason why I'm keeping it in January TBR, because I'm going a little slow this time. I have tremendously bad eye infection, which is causing me to read in a slower pace because my eyes are hurting and I can't stare for a long time. So anyway, this book is about Ted Bundy, the serial killer, the notorious famous American serial killer who, killed lots and lots and lots of women in US during the 1970s and a long period of time. Like he had a long period of his predator years. Now, the name Ted Bundy is not mentioned in this book. He is known as the defendant, but if you research about this book is about the Ted Bundy killings, and this book is actually the victim's point of view of the things that happened. There are two women, and they both lost their best friends in hand of Ted Bundy, and therefore they come together. The police, they are not listening to them. They think that these two women, they are not a trustworthy source, and therefore they are not listening to what they have to say. Therefore these two team up and tries to find Ted Bundy and put him in trial. Now I think it goes terribly wrong, and they both end up being dead, or something really bad happens to them. I think this ends up in a tragedy, but anywho, this is the book that I am really excited, and I think I'll be finishing this first before all the rest of the books that I have talked about. And that is my January TBR, guys. I hope I'm going to give a few reviews about the books that I'll be reading, and so many good books in January that I am really excited. I'm so excited to read all these books. And yeah, hope you have a wonderful year ahead. Very, very, very happy new year, and God bless you guys. Bye.